Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Shauna, and I will be doing an extended oracle reading from the last reading that I just did. So sometimes when I finish a reading, a few more messages come through, and they're really loud and they really want to be put out there, but it is still separate from the first reading. It's just a sort of completion here with the messages that are coming through. So the song that popped in my head was actually Lucky by Britney Spears. But like being sang ironically. If you know that song, it's going to be stuck in my head the rest of the day. So I work with the Crystal Mandala deck, Oracle cards, beautiful cards. So I'm feeling guided now to tell you more about these cards. How it usually works is, wow, this is might be the message we're looking for. So these cards have usually an angel or a goddess that come through, as well as a crystal that accompanies it. So this is the energy that will help sort of, if you tap into it, will help guide you through each card. And I'm sort of breathtaken by this card right now. So we'll just get right into it because I feel like this is the one that needed to come out. This is coming through as moth energy for me. I have worked with moth energy before. So moths are, their totem meaning is that they bring the darkness to the light. They are the embodiment of the shadow because they can be hidden when it's dark. They're very hidden. They're very good at it. But they are bringing it into the light. So you can see the pattern back here. It's very mothy. Even the colors around it, it's just a very mothy feel, very shadowy feel. But this isn't shadow staying in the shadow. This is shadow being brought into the light. There's even wings on this card. I mean, come on. How much more straightforward can we get? But this being the card of support, it is you being called to ask for support with these shadows. And I'm not saying ask me. I would, and you can if you're feeling guided to. I do personal readings as well as guided meditations that help clear some of this energy. I've worked with clients who absolutely love it. It's a very gentle, very relaxing process. But even if it's seeking assistance from a friend, a close family member that you trust, but this is gaining support, having a support system while you go through this. It feels like you've been operating in your own shadow, doing the work by yourself, which is great. You're strong. You're strong. You can do it alone. But the stuff that's coming up now, you're being guided to have a support system. And if you can't think of anyone off the top of your head, see a professional. And I have done this. I have seen many professionals. I have, in what sense of the word, right? I've seen actual psychiatrists, therapists, not psychiatrists, but therapists who do EMDR and tapping and things like that. But there's also, there's a lot of people in healing communities who do ceremonial work, who do journeys, very gentle journeying, that maybe you're being drawn into and you're not quite sure because you're so used to doing it on your own. But this is calling you to reach out and start building a support system for yourself. This will, you have figured out how to support yourself through a lot. And this is vital for your growth. And I think you do know that, but of course there's resistance to change. There's resistance. My ears are ringing like crazy. And these two cards keep wanting to pop out together. So we'll just pull those. But it's just a very clear message of almost a pleading. It feels this may be coming through separately. Sometimes the messages come through a little hazy and intertwined with each other, but this is like a pleading, like, please just get help. Please just talk to someone. Please, please, please. And this, the first one was coming through a little more gentle, but this is coming through more as, this is why you don't get help. Because maybe your entire life, people have been pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. You need to talk to someone. You need to fix this. You need to please get help. Please talk to someone about this. And so you've been resistant to doing that because when you hear someone tell you to do something, it makes you not want to do it, especially when it's just poked and poked and poked. I totally get it. So maybe I'm triggering you right now. Good. But it's, this isn't me begging you or pleading you. This is spirit coming through and saying, your step out of the perception of weakness. Like, needing people, needing a support system does not make you weak. It doesn't. You have proven that you're strong. You don't need to prove yourself. You never needed to. And now you're stepping out of that. And stepping out of that means being very humble with admitting, okay, I think I need help with this one. I think I need to talk to someone about this. I can't do this on my own. And that's okay. That's more than okay. So let's get into the next two cards that popped out. They're both in reverse. That doesn't seem very important, but we'll see. So we have revelation and relief and repair coming through together. You see the energy that I'm getting from this is almost like dousing these flames with water. As you can see, the water and the fire coming through. It does feel like you're putting out a lot of fires right now. And in the last reading I did, there's a lot of energy coming up. I mean, these retrogrades are going direct and everything is moving very quickly. And you're putting out a lot of fires inside of yourself, in your surroundings, and it's preventing you from resting. I think that's why these came in reverse. And that's what's coming through with the support card. You don't need to do this on your own. You don't need to be the one to constantly have to fix everything. Stop putting out the fire and see what's left after everything burns down. Just let it happen. Sometime once you clear out the rubble, the clean slate that's left is that's what's trying to happen. And you keep dousing it with water, trying to save something. You don't need to be doing that anymore. And the things that you do need to be moving forward with is creating that support system, surrounding yourself with people who are healthily supporting you through your process. And taking that rest. Like, and I see it and I can hear your voice in my head that's like, if I take a step away from this, if I release my grip on this, if I don't hold this thing on my back, if I step away for a moment, shit is gonna hit the fan. Everything's gonna fall apart. And that's the illusion. This illusion energy came through in one of the other readings I did as well. That's a huge part of what's taking place right now. You've gone through this massive clearing and there's this little bit of illusion left, this residual attachment that you're just not quite ready to let go of yet, but it's becoming too painful to hang on to. It's time to just release and see what happens. Relax and see what happens. And I have a feeling that once you relax, this is what's gonna come. And I try not to do too much into like future energy or, sometimes I'll lean into what are you stepping into? And that's what this feels like. As soon as you start resting, as soon as you start giving yourself the time of day to just be alone. And when I say alone, I don't mean not around people who are supporting you. I mean alone in the sense that you are not trying to fix other people's problems, that your mind isn't racing with, how am I going to navigate this? How am I going to fix this? How am I going to help this person? How am I going to get them out of this? Just giving and giving and giving and giving, and it's time to take a step back and start receiving the support, receiving guidance, relaxing, repairing your adrenals. You're always burnt out, you're always tired because you're not taking the time to recuperate. And this revelation is what's coming, with these two things, finding support, resting, and repairing. This revelation is right there. It's quick on your heels. It's a really beautiful energy coming through. And I do feel guided to pull a few more. I don't want to make this too long. This is a very quick, extended message here. So that's a lot of cards. Is it that I need to know? Still, a lot of cards coming out for whoever this is for. You, and the message that's coming along with that is you're getting these messages. You've heard these messages before. I'm just sort of hopefully triggering a resonance there that, it is time. It is time to make this change and to step into this new dynamic. You've been the giver. You've been the giver your entire life, the fixer, the doer, and there is always going to be, that's not even true. We have this illusion that people are judging us if we're not constantly moving. What are the final messages? These cards are going everywhere. Here we go. All right, guys, bear with me. Sometimes when there's a little bit of resistance to the message, the cards come through a little slower. So that typically means that the energy that I've been tugging on has tugged on a block, and whoever this is for. So what is blocking you? Okay, there we go. We got it. So this is descending power. So normally the fear cards come through with the red lining, indicating root chakra energy, but this does feel like, how do I explain it? It's coming through very quietly. And that's indicating to me that you're keeping it on the down low from yourself, from everyone around you, like a secret. You're not talking to people about whatever this is that's blocking you. Like you're ashamed of it, maybe. So the descending power card, the description in the book is that we tend to be really focused on ascension and ascending all the time. And this power is the descending power. When it comes through, it's becoming very grounded into your root chakra, into your lower chakras. And descending into your power. It's bringing all of that higher wisdom down into the earthly plane, into the 3D. Sorry, the neighbor's cats are fighting. It's weird timing. But it is it's a whispering energy right now. Whatever is coming through in this card for you, whatever is the first thought that comes up, I'm hearing that's what's right. It's not for me to say to you individually what this energy represents. There's this sort of they're telling you and they're whispering it to you. And they're telling you how to unblock yourself. It's very interesting. I don't think I've ever, and what I'm seeing with this, normally I see this as a download, but I'm seeing these two dark red areas as the curtain parting. Like the show has just begun and the curtains are pulling apart. And what's coming through behind that is you're no longer, not even no longer, you're stepping out of this one man show mentality. Some sort of experience has got you secretive and not wanting to reach out to people, and you're overwhelmed. But get the support, rest as much as you can, and allow this descending energy to fill you and clear you out, to unstick this secretive, shameful energy. There's nothing for you to be ashamed of. There's nothing you need to keep a secret. Find someone to talk to about whatever this secret is, and trust me, you are going to feel so much better. I have admitted some dark shit to my therapist. And I'm so comfortable with doing that now that I'll tell my friends, I'll tell, my partner. You just decondition yourself from thinking it's that big of a deal, because it's probably not that big of a deal. We make things much larger in our mind than they actually are. Once you put it out into the 3D, it's not actually that big of a deal. It's just because it's trapped inside of your head, this secret, this whisper, this thing that you're not quite letting go of, and you're being guided to a support system to help you with that. And it will be enough to clear this. And it doesn't feel like you're afraid of it. It's just you're used to it. You're used to feeling ashamed. You're used to feeling guilty about having this sort of underlying secret. It's time for you to come out with that secret to someone who you really trust, to someone who is going to give you that unconditional love. You judge yourself way more than anyone else is going to judge you. We all have demons. That's what's coming through so loud. We all have demons. We all have secrets. We all have things that we would just be horrified if other people knew. But it's deconditioning from that thought process. Share this with someone. Your story it could help a lot of people. This is whatever this secret is, whatever is weighing on you, it's a huge part of your journey. It's a huge part of what you're doing here and what you're here to transmute. And a message that came through a while ago for me, but it still rings true to this day. The thing we hate the most about ourselves is typically our greatest asset. It is where our power resides. So taking your power back from whatever this is, and instead of letting it pull you around, using it, taking the reins back on your life, taking control back on your life, taking your power back in your life from this secret. It's draining you. It's keeping you from living a bright life. All of these cards that came out, well, the first two, or yeah, these two, all of this very red, fiery, this mothy energy. And this moth indicates that whatever the shadow is, it's coming to the surface. And in order to deal with it, having the support of an individual or a group, just some sort of outlet, someone to talk to about this, it's really going to help so that you can step into this bright energy. This is more lighthearted. This is more you. This is more angelic. And it's going to sound weird, hear me out, but I do see someone sitting here, like this would be a bird's eye view, like the top of your head, your wings spread out, and you're holding something here. And whatever this is, it's the key to all of this. It's so strange. It's that gem. It's that puzzle piece. It's the piece that, I mean, I get it. We don't want to look at certain things in ourselves because it seems really scary. But the trick is breathing through it. You're grown up in the here and now. You can handle this, and you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to keep this a secret anymore. It feels so good to get this stuff out. I just want to say something cheeky, like just comment it below. It'll feel so good to just get it out. And you don't, of course, no pressure. You don't have to do that. But seriously, just talk to someone about it. It'll feel good once that secret's out of you, and turning to the right person. And I have an inclination that you already know who that person is, who you can talk to. Your secret is not a burden for them. Typically, when you're going to go to someone with something heavy, though, just preface it with that. Ask them, is it okay if I vent to you about something, if I tell you something that might be a little heavy? And then if they agree to it, then this is, then it's an equal and even exchange. You've sort of set it up for, we can have this dialogue. They can hold this space for you. So I don't know who that was, but it was for someone. Someone needed to hear it. And this is huge energy. Like I said in my last reading, there's so much energy moving and being pulled out of all of us right now. And this is a huge part of your evolution. And, you're ready. You're ready to let go of this. You're ready to step into this lighter energy. This is energetic. You don't have to be dragged down and tired all the time. That's not actually how the rest of your life is going to be. It's not how it's supposed to be. If you're exhausted, that means you're out of alignment. So I could go on for a while. I won't. I hope, if this resonates, share if you know someone, or if you think this will resonate with someone, because whoever this message is for seem really resistant to some of these cards that were coming up, really throwing up a barrier to, I don't want to hear this. And that's okay. That is okay. It'll resonate and it'll pull you exactly when it needs to resonate and exactly when it's time for you to move. So I hope you guys are having a great month, and enjoy your weekend. Enjoy all of these retrogrades starting to go direct and start transmuting that energy. It's really been beautiful. All right, guys, take care.